Salutations friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing two of the newer fragrances from the Trade Routes collection from Penhaligon's. I have Agarbathi and Paithani. So if you guys would like to know more about these two fragrances, then keep watching. Now these two fragrances were released in tandem with each other. This one is supposed to be more incensey. It's supposed to be very reminiscent or inspired by sacred places and temples in India. And this one is supposed to be represented or be inspired by the tea of India. Now they both have a common milk accord in each of them, which ties them together. Supposed to be the milk in the chai tea, the masala chai tea, and this is supposed to be, I think that it's tradition in Hindu religion to pour milk on sacred statues. At least that's what I've gotten from the research that I did, and I've been told. If I'm incorrect, please let me know. If you guys want to stick around to the end too, I'm also going to be having a really nice giveaway, so don't miss out on that. But let's get into the fragrances. So the first one, again, I'm going to be talking about is Paithani. So Paithani starts off, it opens up with cardamom, black pepper, and nutmeg. And at the heart, it has that milk accord again, which is they both have. It's the similarity between them. The rose and the maté absolute. Now, if you guys don't know what maté is a South American herbal tea. It is bitter and kind of lemony, citrusy. Very green, bitter. Tea note. Not tea, traditional tea, but it is an herbal tea, but it has a bitter green note to it. The base notes are going to be cedar, labdanum resin, amber, and leather, amber wood. So this opens up really aromatic, very nice and spice, heavy on the cardamom, and the longer you wear it on your skin, after about 20 to 40 minutes around the dry down, you start to get the nice creaminess of the milk, you get a little bit more of the black pepper, and you get more of the woodsy notes. Now what I like about this is this just reminds me very much of a masala chai beverage. I drink them all the time. I really enjoy them. It has that nice heart, that nice richness, and that nice complex depth to it. And the milk accord definitely softens everything out and makes this smell very true to the types of teas like that I have experienced here in the West. The other thing that I like about this is the longer that you wear it, it gets a little bit more deep, it gets a little bit less sweet and more woody and resinous. So overall, this is a really nice, spiced, aromatic, beautiful fragrance with a touch of creaminess in the background. But the cardamon's really strong in this, and the woods are really strong in this, and the rose kind of rounds everything out. It gives it a little bit of sweetness, but it doesn't really compete with the other notes. The strongest notes in this, I would definitely say, are the cardamom, is the milk accord, and would definitely be the woodsy notes in this. Definitely the cedar. Now I like this a lot because this is one of those fragrances that is heavy but doesn't feel heavy on the skin. So if you like heavy fragrances and you live in hot, humid climates, this is one you could definitely get away with. It's also a beautiful daytime, fall, and winter fragrance because it's got that nice warmth to it and complexity. But it's not too heavy, so you could wear it in really cold winters, or you could wear it in hot winters like where I live. It's really universal and works really, really well. The longevity of this fragrance is about 5 to 6 hours, which is really, really good. I can still smell it on my skin past 6 hours, but you can really tell it's there and really appreciate it at around the 5 to 6 hour mark. I'd say I stopped smelling it at around 6 hours, but I also know that I kind of get olfactory fatigue in my nose with fragrances like this after a few hours, so it might last longer. But the few times I've worn this, I have noticed that it's been around the 5 to 6 hour mark. Now do remember, I live in the tropics. It's like 95 degrees with 75% humidity here. So that's saying something about the longevity of this fragrance. It does tend to last really well, but then that depends on your skin, it depends on your environment and how you apply. But this does have nice longevity. The other thing I liked about this is its projection. It had a nice projection. It definitely projected longer than arm's length for the first 2 hours of the lifespan of this fragrance, and then it got a little bit closer to the skin, but it still had a nice trail, it still had a nice aura or scent cloud, and that never really went away. So if you're looking for a fragrance that's going to have like radiate off of you a little bit so that the people around you can experience it, this definitely does that even when you're looking at the 5 to 6 hour mark. Now, I would say that although this is kind of like a little bit more of a spiced, heavier fragrance, I would say this is work appropriate because it's really easy to understand. It's a very familiar, spiced, delicious scent. Actually, the longer you wear it on your skin, it kind of starts to feel more like a pastry, but not in like a gimmicky way, in a beautiful, rich, like you walk into a bakery type of feeling, but maybe not a French bakery, maybe more of a Middle Eastern bakery. So I really love the feeling that this fragrance has. It's very rich, it's very complex, it has a lot of depth and richness to it, but at the same time it's not too heavy on the skin, so it's really easy to wear. So I do definitely like this one a lot. Now the heart of Agarbathi, and if I mispronounce this, please forgive me again. I'm really bad at pronunciation. Feel free to correct me below. The nose behind this, Alex Lee, actually contacted a friend of his in India and had him send some of the best incense over, and he just kind of burned it in his apartment and really just wanted to create the most authentic, beautiful incense fragrance for this line. And I feel like that is really definitely, you can definitely experience that when you wear this. This is a beautiful incense fragrance. The top notes of this are bergamot, Palo, Santo, and pink pepper. I know I mispronounced it, I'm sorry. The heart notes are incense, Olibanum, essence, milk accord. Again, that is the common note between them, specifically to tie the two together. And then you have jasmine, and the base notes are vetiver, sandalwood, suede, and fir balsam. Now, originally, when I first smelled this, the first time I wore this, it was a blast of incense. It was really, really strong. And I was smelling it in Penhaligons along with other fragrances. So I didn't really get a lot of the complexity behind this fragrance other than it was a very strong and beautiful incense fragrance. But when I was sampling at home and trying it out, you really have to wear this on your skin for at least 2 to 3 hours to appreciate the complexity and beauty of this fragrance. Now, the incense is gorgeous. So if you were looking for an incense fragrance and you walked into Penhaligon's and you smelled it, you probably would buy it straight right there because it's a stunning, absolutely beautiful incense fragrance. I definitely enjoyed it, and I can say that the incense is there in the beginning and is the last thing you can smell, which is really nice because that is the heart of this fragrance, is the incense. But the beauty of this fragrance, again, is when you get the vetiver, you get the smokiness, you get the grassiness of it, you get that milk accord, which kind of really rounds everything out and brings more of the smokiness out of the vetiver and brings out a nice creaminess of the sandalwood. And everything works together. It has a nice bright opening from the bergamot, which pairs really nicely with the incense. It all really works together. Now, this to me isn't so much of a complex fragrance that you can really get different notes in each. The nice thing about this is that at the dry down, which is what I didn't get when I was in the store, it all comes together and it's very linear, but it feels something somewhat otherworldly about this. You feel like you're walking into someplace really special and you're experiencing something that you would only experience once in your life. And I really love transportive fragrances like that. And it might sound grand or it might sound like I'm fluffing this up, but if you've ever been someplace special, if you've ever walked into a cathedral, if you've ever been into like a church, and I don't want to say the wrong words for other places, so please forgive me if I don't use that, but any religious sacred space, each one of them has a very distinctive smell. It's the smell of special oils, if they have anointing oils or incense or candles, or the wood of the seating, the pews and everything. Every single place I've been into that was someplace spiritual and religious had its own smell, and there's something really just kind of breathtaking about that. And this definitely, I've never had the pleasure of going into any sacred places from the Hindu religion, unfortunately, but I have a feeling that this is what that smells like. Purely based on my ignorance, but there's just something really special about this fragrance, and I feel like that has to do with the quality of the ingredients. You really get this sense that you're walking into some place sacred and special, and that is what this fragrance is supposed to evoke. And me being an ignorant Westerner, I definitely feel like that's what this does. This feels special. This feels different. It isn't like your normal everyday incense fragrance that you would walk into maybe like a store and get an incense essential oil or something. And those are really nice, and I'm not knocking those. But this is just, there's something special about this fragrance that I just love. Absolutely ridiculously love. And I can say that with all certainty, that this is something that I would wear, but only on special occasions, because it makes me feel special. And I know that if I wore this every day, I feel like I would kind of lose the majesty of this fragrance. And I would want to wear this on special occasions because I would want to associate this scent with special memories, because it is that like moving, and it reminds me so much of something really powerful. So this is an absolutely gorgeous fragrance. I know I'm talking a little bit grand about it, but I do think this is very grand. So what I think is, let me finish the review of this guy here. This is definitely a long-lasting fragrance. I get about 8 to 10 hours of wear on my skin, so it definitely lasts a little bit longer than the other one, the other fragrance. And the projection on the skin is actually more intimate. It doesn't have that much projection. It's about arm's length. It doesn't go much longer than that, but it stays consistency at arm's length for about 5 to 6 hours. Now I would say this is more of an evening fragrance, more of a special occasion, more formal fragrance, and this is more of a daytime version. So I do think that these both play in harmony with each other, more casual, more formal, but you do get a nice creaminess, and they do both feel like they should be released together, and they work together really nice. So in that regards, I think these are ridiculously successful fragrances. Overall, I really enjoyed these fragrances, and I was completely dumbfounded when I tried them. So I can definitely say that I love these, and these will definitely be must purchases from me in the near future. But if you guys are looking for really beautiful fragrances, if you're looking for a really interesting and unique tea fragrance, if you're looking for a really gorgeous and complex incense fragrance, these are absolutely fantastic, and I definitely recommend them. Also, although I do have a giveaway for you guys from Penhaligon's, this is not a sponsored review. This is me having these samples and just absolutely loving them so much I needed to talk about them. So just understand, these were not sent to me to review, these were not given to me to review. I just really love these fragrances. But I did have extra samples, and since I am going to be buying bottles of it soon, and I have other things from Penhaligon's to give away, I thought this would be the perfect time to do a giveaway for these guys. So first and foremost, I'm going to be giving away these 2 samples, so you can try each of these. And then I also have a little compact. If you guys like little compacts, it's a little Penhaligon's pocket mirror, which is really nice. And last but certainly not least, I have the Penhaligon's Scent Library. This retails for about $50, I believe. And this has all of their top selling fragrances in here for you to try, and they have really nice generous samples and information on all of them. So this will be the giveaway prize. It is an international giveaway, so anyone in the world can enter. All you have to do is be a subscriber to my channel and comment below about which one of these fragrances intrigues you the most. Are you more of a Paithani type of person, or an Agarbathi? Let me know which one of these really excites you or really interests you the most. So that's your entry. Comment below. The ending of this giveaway will be on October 31st. So Halloween is going to be the end of this giveaway. I'm giving you guys 2 weeks to enter, because this is a very special giveaway, because I've got some nice prizes. So please feel free to enter below. I will have rules below as well. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, guys, if you like my fragrance reviews or my fragrance videos, remember to give this video a thumbs up. It lets me know to continue doing videos like this. And also don't forget to subscribe, because it's free and I'm free. And I put out new videos every Monday through Friday, and sometimes on the weekends as well. So I'll always have something for you to watch. In any case, I hope you guys are all happy and healthy and have a great day, month, year, whatever. And I'll see you next time.